Hi, my name is Maddie. Welcome to Pure Movement. This is your serving of fitness. Today we're going to be focusing on best stretches for full body flexibility. I have my green TheraBand and a mat. So if you don't have a TheraBand, a yoga strap would work. You may even be able to use the loop, the tie of a bathrobe, or even a belt might work. Just depends on how nice it is. So let's get started. We're going to get started on our back. So when I think about flexibility, I think about the muscles, and I think about elongating and stretching out those muscles. So what we're going to start with is our hamstrings. So we're going to put the right foot into the strap or into the TheraBand. I'm going to hook it right around the arch, and I'm going to anchor my elbows down so my arms are weighted, and I'm going to stretch out my left leg, and my right leg is going to start straight. Actually, this is pretty good so far. So I'm going to start by pulling the leg a little towards my chest and then letting it go back towards the floor, about 45 degrees. And just kind of notice, what comes up. Am I able to find my breath? Am I able to flex my right foot and make the stretch a little deeper? I also could grab closer to the top and pull down, get myself more of a stretch. And I like to keep it moving, keep it dynamic. And that's what's nice about the TheraBand versus me just kind of holding it with my arm or arms. And then I can start to actually turn the foot out and then bring it back to parallel. So I'm turning the knee and the hip out to an external rotation position, and then I'm going back to parallel. And then I'm going to start to go internal rotation, right? So now I'm actually hitting more of the IT band. And with the external, I'm hitting a little bit of still the hamstrings, but I might even feel inner thighs a little bit. So I'm just kind of going waving right to the external, through center to the internal to the left. Good. And you can see how my arms aren't actually moving. The straps are moving because of my leg. But one kind of goes forward and the other kind of pulls back. Good. So now I'm going to grab a little higher. I'm going to pull the leg closer to me. I'm going to bend the knee a little and then straighten. Bend the knee and straighten. Trying to keep the butt down. So keeping myself in a neutral pelvis will be challenging here because we're, tight in our hamstrings. So do your best. But if I go like this, I'm not getting the same stretch as if I'm butt down and pulling back the leg. Now point and flex the foot here. Point, flex, and I had to bring my arms up, otherwise I won't be able to get as deep of a stretch. And then one more time. Point and flex. And then we're going to step the left foot in. Take the right out. Same thing on the left side. So we anchor those elbows down just to get things moving. Leg lowers and lifts. Again, noticing anything different on this side. We can start to flex the foot a little bit as we bring the leg back. And then I can always pull a little closer and grab a little higher. Okay, now we're going to start by turning the toes out towards the left side. And the knee and hip follow, back to parallel. Turn out, back to parallel. So people do forget, right, that the hamstrings are 3 different muscles in the back of the leg. So when you do turn the leg out, that's why you still feel a little bit of your hamstrings, because that's your hamstring. And then we'll start to add the turn in, so the internal rotation, getting a little bit of that calf on the left side. And even it may travel all the way up to the IT band. And my leg is waving to the left, waving to the right. One more time, left and right. And then back. I'm going to grab up higher. I'm going to pull down the band, pull that leg closer to me. Start to bend the left knee and straighten. Bend and straighten. Don't forget to breathe. And on the next one, can I start to flex the foot, point the foot? My leg is straight now. My hands are getting tired. So I can always hold lower, right, if my arms are needing a break. Good. Last two. And one. Good. All right. We'll bring that down. The next one you could do with a band, but I also am conscious about how often we have bands right at our fingertips. So this one's a good one to not do with the band. I'm just going to take right ankle over the left knee, or thigh, I should say. And I'm going to pull it towards me. I'm going to push the right knee away and pull the foot towards me with my left hand, pushing the right knee away with the right. Something's happening below us. Someone's working really hard. We're just trying to stretch, don't mind us. And we're rocking side to side, just to kind of keep it moving. I'm actually adding a circle now of my pelvis. And I'm reversing the direction. I'm not very good at stretching and just kind of holding, right? Like static stretching. I'm kind of one of those people, I gotta keep it moving. So it's like a distraction for me. Okay, now we're gonna take that left leg long and I'm gonna pull my right knee towards my left shoulder with my right hand, and my left hand pulls the shin towards that left shoulder as well. So I'm getting more of a pure forma stretch in the back of the butt here. And you really want to pull it across you and try to at least get it in the center of your chest or further towards the shoulder. The pulling it towards you gives you more stretch versus just kind of like going like this, right? You got to kind of give it a little bit of a push, a pull. And then we'll switch sides, starting with the glute stretch. So left ankle over right thigh, pushing that left knee away with the elbow or the hand, and pulling the foot closer with the opposite hand. Now this side's tighter for me, which is not usually the case. So sometimes things come up differently. I'm starting to go into my circle. And reversing my circle. Good. And then I'm going to straighten my right leg. I'm going to pull my little triangle of the left leg over towards my right shoulder. Pull that left knee and pull that shin towards me as well, towards the right shoulder. Taking it across the body. Finding my breath. And then bringing it back. Okay, so the last one here is a version of Happy Baby where both legs are waved out to the side in a turnout, and I'm pulling the knees towards my shoulders. So I'm getting a nice inner thigh stretch, even a hip stretch. Okay, and now of course I'm rocking side to side. This one I'm better at about holding it and just kind of breathing. You can start by actually letting the legs go and then pulling them towards the shoulder just to keep it moving. And then we'll hug the knees into the chest in a parallel fashion. And I can start to just move my legs towards me and then let them come back towards the floor. So I'm just kind of going forward and back. And this is just more of a low back stretch and a little bit of behind the legs. Good. Okay, let's set the feet down. Oh, I gotta stretch my arms out overhead. I needed that. Okay. Now I'm gonna start to bend the elbows. And here I'm getting actually a front of the chest and shoulder stretch. If I was on a foam roller, I would feel it more, right? Like on foam roller vertically. But this feels just as good. I'm going to straighten up, pull back down. So we don't realize how tight our chest is a lot because of the way we sit, stand, walk, all of that stuff.